let's get this video started. Hi guys, it's Annie from Flickin' Annie, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that I hold pretty near and dear to my heart, and that is my sexuality. Now, I believe in the very first video that Flickin' Annie ever posted was the one where we talked a little bit about ourselves, and I said that I was, I think I said I was pansexual, and I am pansexual, but what I didn't mention was because I didn't know that at the time. Well, I knew it, but I didn't know that there was such a thing, really, was that I was demisexual, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. I might have said that I was as well demisexual, but I might have not. So I just wanted to, I have a book here with the definitions so I don't fuck anything up. Sorry about my cursing. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about the misconceptions of pansexuality and demisexuality, and about just what they are. The definition for a pansexual is sexual attraction toward people of any sex or gender identity. Demisexual is lack of sexual attraction toward any person unless they become deeply connected emotionally or romantically with a specific person or persons. And asexual, lack of sexual attraction to anyone. Now, I wanted to cover asexuality as well in this video, just because I used to identify as an asexual pansexual, because I would say that I would never have sex with anyone. Now that I've grown a little bit and I've learned a little bit more about what asexuals are, or who asexuals are, and about demisexuality, I've learned that I'm not truly an asexual. I'm kind of in the middle of non-asexuals, I guess, and asexuals. Demi, the prefix demi means half, so halfway between those two spectrums. As I've grown older, I've realized that I will have sex with someone, but not until I am perfectly comfortable with that person, meaning I have to either be in a sort of serious relationship with the person, not just like a week-long thing and then just like be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like on you. More of a maybe 2-month thing, maybe longer, hopefully longer, because I am still a virgin, and I just think that giving up your virginity, I was gonna say V-card, giving up your virginity should be something more special, and you should be giving it to someone special to you. And I think that has to do with my sexuality personally. I do not slut shame. If you personally want to go out and have sex with a bunch of people, that's your thing, that's your deal. Go you. Like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But for me, that's not really my thing. So that's why I identify as a demisexual, because personality is a huge factor for me. I will not date someone if they have a shitty personality. If I do not like their personality, I will not really be attracted to them, even if they're really super cute. Now, a pretty huge misconception that is out there is that when, let's say, you're in this situation and a demisexual says, oh damn, that person is really fucking cute, and they're with their friend, and their friend's like, wait, I thought it was all about personality to you. How can you find someone fucking attractive? Like, that is so fucking wrong. You're going against your fucking sexuality. Alright, so that misconception really irks me, because as a demisexual, personality is a huge factor for at least me as a demisexual, to find someone attractive. But I also find it, if a person isn't up to my standards of attractiveness, I guess, which is so rude to say, but yes, I still have standards for who I find attractive and who I don't, then I will reject them. So pansexuality, like I said, is the sexual attraction toward people of any sex or gender identity. So as you guys hopefully know, there are more than just two genders. There is genderqueer, gender neutral, agender, just a bunch of genders, and I probably repeated myself, sorry. A big misconception that people have is that pansexual and bisexual are not the same thing, which they kind of aren't. So let me just say this. The prefix bi means two, and the prefix pan means at all. So in a traditional sense, bisexual would be the attraction of just two genders, which could be male, female, cis female, or, you know, trans and agender people, stuff like that. And then pansexual is all, so that would be trans, cis, female or male, agender, gender neutral, all those people. People choose not to identify as pansexual or bisexual because it's just based on personal preference. I identify as pansexual just because I believe that the prefix just is kind of, if you know your prefixes, then you'll understand where I'm coming from more. If I'm talking to you one-on-one, just like having a conversation, if you've never like heard about pansexuality, I'd be like, oh, I'm pansexual, and if the person knew about prefixes, they'd be like, oh, so you're attracted to like everybody, and I'd say yes. Now a bisexual person can be attracted to two or more genders as well. It's not just cis male, cis female, or any other attraction that the person has. They, of course, can be open to more genders and more love, if that makes any sense. But like I said, in the traditional sense, bisexual was seen as attraction to two genders based on the prefix, and I personally believe that should change, because you can just be attracted to two genders, and that's not a bad thing. But personally, I think that stigma should kind of be removed, because not all bisexuals are just attracted to two genders. Now, just quickly, I didn't really want to cover this in this video, but sorry, my camera's wiggling so much. But I just feel like I should address this really, really quickly. Asexuals are not prudes, okay? Just because they are not sexually attracted to anybody doesn't mean that they shouldn't be loved any less than anybody else. They are still people. They just don't want to bang every 5 seconds, if that makes sense. And that's why I identified as an asexual, because in high school, everybody's hormones were just like, hey, like, ha. And to me personally, I felt that was not wrong. Like, you go do you. But to me personally, I felt like that didn't fit me, and I didn't want to have sex with just anybody. Asexuals shouldn't be put down just because of their identity and just because of who they are. And they're just as human as the rest of the LGBTQA or AQ community, however you want to say it. So yeah, that was my video on pansexuality and demisexuality, and why I identify as a pansexual and a demisexual. Because I personally find some trans people to be fucking hot, and if I have a connection with them, I'm gonna go out with them. If I find an agender person, I'm gonna and their personality is wicked cool, I'm gonna be with them if they want to be with me, not like force them to be with me. But yeah, that's just who I am, and if you don't like it, then no hate for you or towards me. I'll just leave you alone and you can leave me alone, and we'll all be cool and chill here. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hope you guys have a super fantastic, gay, splendid LGBTQA community day, whatever the hell I'm saying. But yeah, you guys rock for being you, and I love you all. Bye guys.